Everyone has waiting lists, and that's an epidemic right now. And so as a parent, yes, I would be nervous.
A Fox 6 investigation shows Wisconsin daycare options are shrinking, but cost? They're not. State leaders are considering creative solutions, but will they be enough? Amanda St. Hilaire gives a closer look at Wisconsin's daycare dilemma.
Izzy, what do you want to eat? You want cereal with milk?
It's not really a morning routine.
You want some too?
Because with kids,
Hey, Mom, can I have chicken nuggets?
No, not for breakfast.
you never know what you're going to get.
You want broccoli?
But the Smith family
Good job.
can always count on plenty of time
I love you.
in the car.
You love me.
It's all worth it.
The first time around, Teresa's work provided on-site daycare.
Before I even told my boss I was pregnant, I was calling down to put a deposit on a potential spot.
But that ended when she switched jobs.
We had a lot of high quality recommendations, but everywhere we called had a 2-year wait list.
Options close to home didn't work out.
We watched our daughter get dropped off in a room of 24 kids, 2 teachers, and no one was monitoring that.
And that's how Teresa
Sometimes we play I Spy while we drive.
ended up with this routine.
It is a lot of these more back roads. Well, there's some baby cows. We're almost there.
By the end of her drive, Teresa will have gone nearly 20 miles and 30 minutes out of her way, each way, to bring her girls to a child care center that had openings and feels safe.
That's important and worth my drive.
Teresa's not the only one.
Parents are stretched. We know that.
Public records show Wisconsin went from nearly 9,000 licensed child care providers in 2010 to roughly 6,000 in 2015, with a drop this year to right around 4,000. Creating more child care deserts, zip codes with 30 or more children that only have one child care slot available for every 3 kids.
And I can get you some good data on this here. So there are
774 zip codes in Wisconsin. Last year, 38% were child care deserts. This year, child care deserts make up nearly half of Wisconsin's zip codes.
unfortunately, we do see an issue.
The Department of Children and Families says providers are closing because it's too expensive to operate and too difficult to attract qualified teachers.
80% roughly of a budget is about staff. Folks aren't making a lot of money, between $10 and $13 an hour, oftentimes with no benefits.
As options shrink,
There's an issue of supply and demand there.
it only gets tougher for parents like Teresa
Today is the day that they withdraw from my bank account.
to find childcare that's convenient, quality, and affordable. Researchers define affordable as 10% or less of a family's income. But here, married families with 2 children will spend an average of 24.6%, making Wisconsin the 13th least affordable state for childcare, where the average annual cost of infant daycare is higher than in-state college tuition. So, what needs to change?
That's the magic question.
Caroline Jens used to run a child care center.
I encourage you to spend a day in an infant classroom. It's exhausting.
Now she helps others with policies, training, and staff.
They're really going to be the person that impacts your child.
Jen says we need qualified teachers, but the definition of qualified is part of the recruitment problem. Certain state subsidies and accreditation require a bachelor's degree in early childhood education, an expensive process resulting in low wages.
A lot of really great teachers may not have their bachelor's degree in early education, but they're amazing teachers. So maybe we could figure out a way to come up with a different formula there.
So it's thinking outside the box.
The Department of Children and Families just won a grant to focus on areas like child care training. There's also the idea of giving businesses incentives to provide child care on site or hold spots at local centers and cover a portion of employee cost. And the governor's budget proposal would increase child care subsidies.
It's a huge return on your investment.
In the meantime,
Oh, sunny.
Teresa's just grateful for the days she can keep her drive under 30 minutes. And even though no 2 mornings are the same, there's one thing her family can count on: even more than all that time in the car.
We would all do anything for our kids. Goodbye, have a good day.
Amanda St. Hilaire, Fox 6 Investigators.
Now, there is still a lot more to the story. Amanda tracks the county-by-county costs of daycare across southeastern Wisconsin and explains why infant care is more expensive. She also digs into arguments that putting money toward child care now can save in the long run. That's on our website, fox6now.com.